Welcome everyone to another episode of the Puff Drink Talk podcast. Conrad here.
Dylan.
Hilton.
George.
On a new day, Tuesday, because unfortunately I'm busy on Wednesdays and other days. So
Oh yeah, now it's on Tuesday.
Are you good
Yeah.
busy or bad busy?
it's a good busy.
That's
it's
busy.
a good
Yeah.
busy.
That's the busy we like it here.
Yeah. But thanks for joining on a Tuesday evening, Austin, Texas time. So light up a cigar, grab something to drink, and join in on the conversation that we are having this
Right
Tuesday
now?
evening. Yeah.
What's everybody smoking on? I have a Oliva G.
Ooh, that is
I already took the band off.
I have a La Roma de Cuba Reserva.
Got a patina. You know, my regular.
I love
Yeah,
that
you've
band.
been smoking that
Yeah.
one, yeah.
I love that band. And I have a La Gloria Cubana.
It's pretty good. It's
It's a
Tali.
good one. Estali.
Estadí, Nicaragua.
These are Estali. It's a really good one. I'm catching
Estadí Maduro.
Oh,
Maduro.
yeah, it's a Maduro.
Yeah.
There is a proper name. It's like ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
Yeah. My bad.
Oil de Monterrey de San Juan.
Yeah.
Please.
We have Paul coming in, so Paul is gonna be with us soon.
He's definitely going to appreciate my hat. So,
He's probably going to have a jersey for you.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
If you remember it.
Yeah.
he said he was gonna bring you a jersey.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good. So, we spoke about the cigar. Excellent. So, okay, it seems like you're smoking fast. Oh, no.
He's pulling a
You're
George.
smoking
Something like
for it,
that.
yes.
He's pulling a George with the cigars. How was your trip?
Oh, yeah. I am sure Houston is not that cool. It's just that Tamiris and I made it cool. I don't think it's going to be that interesting. Maybe I was with the artistic eye, whatever, inspired by my muse, Tamiris. But we had a good time.
Awesome.
I think we figured out how we like to travel in the U.S.
And
How's the
that?
coffee scene over there?
We selected 5 places. We could go to 3 of them. One of them wasn't a specialty coffee, but we liked it. You can book a room, like it's super cool. Yeah, so we enjoyed the trip. I think the 2 highest points of the trip was the burlesque night. So the Reina of Texas was there in very few clothes, so it was
Spicy.
Yeah, it was pretty spicy. I liked it. It's at the
Spicy.
House of Blue. I think House of Blue.
House of Blues, yes.
It's really cool.
I've been to a couple concerts there. It's small, but very, personal feeling. It's a
I like
cool
that.
place.
And there were like 4 or 5 different events happening at the same time. Different crowds, different tribes. And then we booked the dining room, and we booked it. It's hard to book it, and the logistics of going to the place and then getting on time. But
For sure.
you buy the ticket, there's this option. You buy the ticket and it's a fancy place. Fancier than we expected.
Okay.
Meat was ridiculous. It was
Expensive or
we
ridiculous?
Delicious.
I don't think.
Delicious.
Well, I'm used to spending dinner in Austin, so I don't think it's all about who were you asking for. I don't think it was expensive compared to what I've already spent here in Austin. But the show, you know what? There's one thing about burlesque or anything like that. Leave while you're feeling it. Leave it, because 2 dances before I said, we should leave now, Tamiris, because it's kind of getting cringy.
Okay.
Cringy, it's kind of cringe. And then Tamiris, it's fine. You see in 2 more songs, and that's it. It's all very similar. And you've already seen the bodies; they're just coming back again. but apart from that, the show is super nice. There's one thing about it's only once a month that happens this festival, whatever. It's only once a month, right? And there is this moment when the Reina of Texas is kind of emulating what is her name, Jessica Rabbit.
Okay. Yeah.
And buddy, I have the image here, and I saw the image in in the advertisement. And, nah, it can't be. This is too fake. I mean, it looks fake because it's impossible. It looks like cartoon. Cartoon. Like
Right.
when you get there, is more. It's so professional. Like the angle the light gets into the the performance artists.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
That's really cool.
Like amazing. It looked like a cartoon, and all this her movement was Jessica Rabbit. So we liked it a lot. This environment, and also the in the same house. I don't know if you're internally, like you go like 5 blocks. You can walk 5 blocks, and then there is a connection between all the blocks.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing, right? And then there is a Hall of Fame. And I saw Clyde Drexler over there.
Okay.
So the Houston Rockets.
In person, you saw.
Oh,
Clyde
I hope I
Wow.
did. I mean, Clyde Drexler was. Wow, I love this guy when I love basketball, right? So even there's this quote from Michael Jordan. He said something, well, he's just as good as me. He just doesn't understand the game. And I'm not talking about
Basketball.
in the court.
Yeah.
He doesn't play the game. He emphasized that.
Yeah.
He's not marketable. That's what he said. So
Right.
he just said this guy. And if you guys know about basketball, his second ring, I think Jordan's second ring was against Portland. And in the first quarter, Jordan scored 6 3-pointers. Like he couldn't miss. Because they said that Drexler was better than him, and probably you've seen it. And he says, and then it got personal.
Yeah.
So this is what the Clyde Drexler.
He had a way of making everything personal.
Yeah, he found a way to do that. And the second thing, man, was the app that I was telling you.
Yeah.
Basically, it's an escape room you have in your app with 11 tasks that you have to solve in order to move on to the second task, right? So there's a challenge. So you have to go in the building, find things, follow the instructions.
Fun.
Yeah, and then you learn a lot about the place, why it was
The
built,
history of it.
the history of that.
That's cool.
But only when you solve it, you can move to the second one. So it took us, I don't know, we took a picture, I think it's like
Like a scavenger hunt.
260 minutes, 300 minutes or something.
Dang, really?
Because you stop,
What time did y'all start?
it was midday, I think. Yeah, 11. So we went to
like
6.
6
Yes,
o'clock or
yeah, because we were so tired. The last 2 tasks, like, yeah, just find it. Let's find it, because we couldn't walk anymore. But then you go over the parks, famous buildings, sponsors. There was this bar from 1815.
Wow.
Like the oldest, and then the oldest bar ever opened there. And the oldest bar in working. There too. So we loved it, the experience.
That's cool.
There's one you have to go to the Bush's father statue, and the view is amazing. Like he is looking the best part of Austin. So right there, so you have to look through his eyes to get the challenge. So it was kind of nice.
That's cool. That's a cool way to go view the city. Yeah.
I think so. It's cheap,
No, that's interesting.
super cheap, and then he goes to the best places of town. Like a hotel, the Rice Hotel.
It's like good engagement, though. Like
It
you're
is.
constantly looking in it. You have to be active in it instead of just listening to someone drone on and talk. on
Well,
like a
and I think
city tour.
what's interesting about that is, and I've been to a lot of other different cities. I haven't been to Houston, but what I liked about Houston is how you can have these city passes and go to all of the different parks. Pay a one-time fee. You can go. You can pick 3 out of the 5, 3 or 4 out of the 5, whatever it is, and you can get in for that. For that price that you pay instead of paying like an individual ticket.
And
So
Another thing I noticed is the connectivity of the city.
Yeah.
You know, like at least downtown. Of course, we are talking about downtown district. Okay. I just like the dynamics, the architecture.
The cream is too thin.
You clearly see that you are in a bigger city than San Antonio and Austin are.
Yeah.
You can tell, like, okay, there's money in the city, you know?
Yeah.
It's a big city.
Yeah, it
Houston's
is.
big.
Yeah.
Or whatever we have small.
Anyway, so
because-
So I don't think
I
it's
felt
small.
that
I think
too.
it's small.
I felt that.
No, but it's sweet.
I
Well,
think the
yeah,
walkability, downtown walkability is
see it over
incredible.
there, too.
Yeah.
The architecture of all the pathways. Every time you cross the street, you can tell that the pedestrian is favored towards the cars, which you don't see in the rest of Texas. You know, cars are the kings, right? So
can put it-
another thing is how tidy it
You
was.
can put it down.
Really clean. The city is
We can
super
agree,
clean. I don't know. Maybe it's because it was a holiday and then everybody was out.
We're creating the illusion
But-
of noise.
Yeah.
The main roads are packed,
So we're creating the
but in the
illusion of
city we
choice.
couldn't see a soul. I even took a picture. 12:31. We had there 12:31. So 12:31. I took a picture. In one of this 1,000 overpasses, like tall overpasses they have. So I was there checking the cars, and then 12:34, I was walking, no sounds, nothing, nobody. So I filmed and I posted,
Really?
like walkway versus driveway.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
So I noticed the coffee place and the coffee center. You asked me about the coffee center. It's really cool, really nice. The coffee shops are located in specific, not the busiest part of the town, so
It's
you
like
can
a certain
see
district for it or something.
district.
Because they have a really cool like brewery scene too.
yes.
Right? Probably more vast even than Austin because it's been around longer. But
The main
I've
street,
never checked out all their
cars
coffee.
can drive through the main street only if you live in the block. So it looks cool. It looks walkable. It looks explorable. And also, I saw another thing that called my attention is the number of panels, painted panels and buildings. We stopped counting when it got to 100. There's more than 100 buildings. That the whole side of the building
As a painted mural.
gigantic panel or painted.
Right.
And that also kind of alleviates the heavy weight of the big buildings in the city.
Yeah.
So it was very. Oh,
Maybe just in the middle.
Oh.
Very pleasurable.
Very pleasurable to walk. I also noticed the integration between green, the parks, and the city. It's huge. Everywhere you look, you see green. So I like that too. The parks are meaningful. You can tell that there's one of the parks, the Sam Houston Park. They moved famous houses, the whole houses, and they put it in the park. So,
That's cool.
And it can go in the phone. You can read you can read that. You can listen to that. So it's kind of nice.
A lot of history.
Yeah, I see also some people in the streets, like not as much as Austin. I think Austin is much better than 3 years ago. Austin now is better than 4 years ago, better than 3 years ago, better than 2 years ago.
You mean homeless
I
people?
think so. For now, for the past 2 years, because I go downtown pretty often, I feel it's better than it was. I think the chaos was 2022, like the true chaos, like 2021.
Yeah, right after the pandemic, because of the way Texas was treating it,
Yes.
I think a lot of people came here from other places, and then it just got a lot of pizzazz. Rogan came, all that stuff came, and just,
Yes.
there's a lot of people moving here. But yeah, I think it started to kind of work itself out a little bit. There's going to be that everywhere, I think, homelessness.
Yeah.
But it's about just cleaning it up in a way,
But Houston was very clean. Is that what you're saying?
Man, downtown was pristine.
Nice.
Like Munich-like, like you usually can tell by the way the walkway is treated.
Not during Oktoberfest.
I've been there in September and November, but not in October.
October, yeah.
But
different story.
Oh.
Who knows?
Oh, completely different. It's just that we enjoyed, like, whenever you have like three.
I've only been there during October.
Yes, like
On
every
October.
single
Crazy.
year of
Yeah,
my life.
Pretty crazy.
Also, every time you have like 3 or 4 buildings, they kind of created a common area. So
Okay.
you walk from one common area to another common area, and it's all well treated with the parks, restaurants. I think it's worth it. It's really worth it going there and visiting the
Are you
places.
telling us that we need to pack up and sell everything here and live in
Move.
Houston?
No, he's selling people in Houston right now.
I would say
He's
don't sell anything, but
Keep
if you
the
haven't
property.
been to, if you haven't like explored Houston on food, just do it on food. Like explore it with a game like this, because Austin has a Ghost of Austin too because of the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Driscoll, I think. And I know y'all are big baseball guys and y'all are Padres fans, but go to an Astros game. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd
We
love to
thought
go.
about it.
I'd
We
love
thought
to
about
go.
it, but
to an
Tamidis was in the mood, to one task a day, one activity a day, and then you walk, you go to coffee places, we have fun. I don't
Don't be overwhelmed.
want to keep looking at the watch,
Hey, let's
waking
hurry
up at 8,
Yeah.
7, 6, and
Well, then each
you wake up when you
thing-
wake up.
You're not enjoying it as much because you're always worried about the next thing. So taking your time.
Yeah.
And, I agree with that. You don't want to
Houston's
feel
not going
overwhelmed.
No,
It's not going anywhere. You'll
Yeah.
be back.
I
Yes.
did backpack in Italy, and
Because that you want to see everything.
oh yeah, and then like we
So
saw
here.
like 15 things in one day, and then 15 things on another day.
You don't even have time to process it.
But the problem is in Italy,
get your
every
picture and
single
move on.
corner you go is history.
yeah.
So it feels like even if you're just walking down the street, you're already seeing history.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like if we had anybody in the European area watching the show, and we're like, man, it's the oldest working bar. It's from 1850. Like, ha!
I was gonna say that.
Our corner shop is from the 1400 whatever. Like, they laugh at that. But it is rich history for Texas,
Actually, a Roman
See.
built
But
it.
let me-
Yeah, it's
in
like
14
AD or
the
whatever,
year
yeah.
before
Christ.
went down.
Price shit right here. Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned it because it
thought
reminded
of
me.
that.
Because when he talked, and I remembered there is a pub in Stratford-upon-Avon, which is the town of Shakespeare. That was 15 minutes from my house, right? So I live next town. So, but everything's so close in UK. So we used to go there every now and again, right? To Stratford, and we'd go to that pub. It's run today, 10 years ago at least, by the same family that it was founded in 1465.
Yeah. That's what I'm
The
saying.
same
Jesus Christ.
family is the great run
They
son.
hear
Yeah.
1815 and they laugh, but that's a long time. Sam Houston probably went to that pub.
It's over 100 years old, man.
It's been
It's
around
And
that long.
among the family, the
not a lot
joke,
of companies last that long.
the joke is that's when they start registering, because we've been here for 1,000 years before.
Yeah.
Just like on Facebook, they say, "Oh, we are friends for 9 years." Hey, they don't know anything.
Yeah.
We are friends for 25 years.
Yes.
They have the same thing, but with 1,000 years before.
Yeah.
That's when they recognized the land was ours.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
And so we truly enjoy the trip. By the way, how did you start? How did you start your part? What did you say?
What?
When I was backpacking, I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
you guys.
backpacking,
I don't know if you
Italy.
guys are not. You guys are
In
not
Italy,
son of Friends, the TV series, right? You don't know much, right? So
Oh yeah,
that thing.
that is when I was backpacking.
Yeah, that thing is synonym for everyone who loved the show. That means I want to fuck you. I want to have sex with you.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
but
Have I told
no,
you
it
that
was a
time that I was
specific-
backpacking and then Rachel
Yeah.
says that and I was like, I invented that.
Yeah, it was Joey Tribbiani that invented
Joey Tribbiani invented that.
the
and
story.
Yeah,
It's
so-
a fake story.
They were just discussing whether Rachel wasn't or actually
Okay.
trying to get laid with.
So it was like
With
real.
Ross. Yeah.
They're trying to rid
And
somebody.
then and then Rachel started the story. No, I did not come onto him, and then he was like, she came onto me,
I have a video to
and
prove.
then I have a video to prove.
and then she put the video, and then everybody's
and said,
watching.
you see, I did not, and then
Everybody's like,
everybody's like, and then she was like, there was these one times I went backpacking,
and then she kept watching it. And everybody like,
and then everybody
yes,
was,
you hit on him.
and then and then everybody was like, oh, you came onto him. It's like,
Yeah.
why? And she
What?
didn't know. Well, their story, and then it's like, where did you get that story? Some guy told me that story, and then Joey Tribbiani was like, some guy.
Right here.
No, just like a friend of mine told that a guy told to her. Yes, that was me.
Yeah.
Some
His name was Alex. Yeah, Alex. He never said his true name.
His other name, yeah.
You know. So anyway, so it's a reference. So he started flexing.
And
You
with
know?
the friend, y'all know better than to ask me about movies and TV shows.
No, man.
No, I haven't seen it.
I don't know. Sometimes it's a hit and miss, you know, with you, because sometimes you know like so much, and sometimes
So little.
exactly. It's like me trying to guess.
You uncultured
Trying
swine.
to remember
Sit in front of the TV and converse with us.
Which year were you born?
97.
97. It's like me trying to remember things from the 50s.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I know. I've been told that I still smell like my mother's milk. I'm so young.
I've never heard that expression before.
Man,
Have you heard that before?
It's a Brazilian
Yeah.
expression.
yeah, sure.
A Brazilian told me that.
Yeah,
That Brazilian was me.
A Brazilian told like, yeah. Anyway, so
Oh man.
you should ever be offended for,
I'm not. I was making a joke.
for being called young, right? So
I said that's a compliment.
exactly, like
I never cared.
people want more time and youth. That's what they want in their life, and and you have both.
Yeah.
They're putting on Instagram and Facebook now these reels that it's like there's this screen that's like my man looked 55 and now he looks 35 after 2 weeks, you know, putting this cream on his face, and it has, you know,
I'll tell
before
you,
and after
a good
pictures.
grooming, a nice haircut, grooming up the beard, just treating yourself. You could drop 15 years doing the
Oh,
right thing. with your
Today
hair.
today
Lose a
is
little bit of weight.
National Beard Day.
Lose a bit of.
Today is something like that.
Oh, is
really?
it?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't know that.
No.
Yes.
If only I could grow a better one. Goddamn.
I saw actually that on.
Good day to buy beer.
Maybe when I'm 50,
Yeah.
I could finally grow a fucking beard.
I just want to borrow your beard for like a day. I just
What
need to.
was that?
I need to borrow
Yeah,
your
today
beard.
is
Oh, the beard.
I just need to borrow it because I just need to
Look,
like fill
today
it.
is World Beard Day.
Okay.
Today.
Nice.
So all of
But-
you beard gentlemen out there, keep growing.
For you
That's why-
drinkers,
That's why I let mine.
I'm scared of the man I would be if I had that beard.
Oh,
I'd have too much confidence.
Yeah.
Paul is here.
yeah.
Paulinho.
Paulinho.
But you know, like I used to have like much bigger.
I've seen the pictures of it,
Oh
like
my
big
God.
old beard.
Come on in.
Going on,
a
bud?
little hot.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Paul.
What's up, gentlemen?
Push that in a little bit harder, please.
There you go.
There you go.
How you doing, man?
How we doing?
Good to see you.
Sorry to be late, gentlemen.
How you
you're
doing,
all right.
man?
35
Please.
traffic
You're
school
all
bus
right.
out
You're
there
at the
tonight.
right time. Jesus.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well,
How great the
very
Cowboys
soon-
going to be or what?
Beer. This is what's
Now
that?
today's World Beard Day.
Beard Day. Yeah.
Today's what? Beard Day.
Yeah, World Beard Day. Apparently, we just
Well, I'm
found out.
trying.
Yeah.
That's what I was. We do what we can.
I don't grow much facial hair, but here it is.
There you
So
go.
let me put you in frame.
Uh-oh.
I got you in frame now. So
You want a cigar? There's one.
a cigar, and
Made a
there's-
little thing for you.
There's a little
so.
gift for you as well.
Oh, looky here.
We are just discussing how Houston is so much better than Dallas.
I will sit back and listen to your
Oh my
BS talk. And then we'll discuss.
I would just need 2
Let's hear the
minutes. I don't need more than 2 minutes.
If I recall right, you know, a few weeks back, it was the whole, we're not going to be worth the crap. The CD hadn't signed a contract, but I believe I said, give him a minute.
Yeah.
And look what happened. But,
Now it's
So we're talking-
Jamar Chase.
so we're talking, yeah, so we're talking about beards, huh?
I guess.
No,
It just came up.
Which, yeah, it just came up. Yeah.
So that's funny you say that. I met a guy this past weekend in College Station, and didn't know the guy by any means, but we just made a comment that he had a nice beard and it was down about here,
Oh.
and nice and trimmed and clean. And he said that was actually the first time he had trimmed it or cut it in 7 years.
Jeez.
I said, well, where was it? He said, almost at my belt. And my wife finally made me trim it up and clean it up. I thought that
Really?
was pretty impressive.
God damn.
Yeah, and he was
7 years.
only
That's crazy.
32, 33 years old, married with kids. Big old beard though.
Huh.
He
And a
probably-
full head of hair.
He
These are the
hasn't-
guys I
he
see with
hasn't
big old
seen-
beards have no
no.
hair.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen his face in a while then.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, he said he's had facial hair since he graduated high school.
Wow.
So how's everybody doing?
Been good, yeah.
Good.
How about you?
I'm good.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean,
Respect.
Respect.
people have been giving me a respect.
That's a beard.
That's
Yeah.
a beard.
You like?
Well,
It
hold
looks
on,
like you
man.
could be on Duck Dynasty.
Gotta
You
go
at
to
least try out for
Starks.
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, that's a beard.
Got to eat some frogs.
I
your
just
best-
never have
Give me your best
never
duck call.
have been a beard guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't grow 'em.
I can't. This is best I could do. It's patchy in some spots.
Yeah, I just
Grows
started
in.
growing mine last week.
Yeah.
Been working on it for.
I have this
27
one here.
years.
I could do that one.
That's a good one. Well, I'm glad.
I haven't had
I'm
that
happy for you.
that long, but I can
That's all
probably
I can do. That's all.
try and
That's it.
find
It's a cool
6
beard, George.
probably about 5-6 years ago. And it was when I had my longest.
All right, are we taking a break to flex here? Beard flex break.
I had to.
little
I had
break,
to
yeah.
bring this in to show you
I noticed that's old school.
that. Well, it's from my dad from the '80s, and he's kept on to it, and I've been hanging on to it, and I only bring it out for special occasions.
Well, I almost just carried it with me today, and I said, no, I'll wait and wear it in on a certain night. But my autographed Bob Lilly jersey,
Oh man,
and I don't know if I can wear it. I might just have to bring it.
just
It's
got
actually-
yeah. That's one
It's
of those
still in
things
the
you just bring.
casing, in the plastic casing.
Oh yeah, don't wear it then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a nice one.
bring it in after we beat the Niners.
Well, I can do that. I can definitely do that.
That's gonna happen this year for sure.
So college football, how did it go?
Well, you know, everyone's been dogging on me all week. It's Aggie football. But I told all of my friends,
You win some, you lose some.
you win some, you lose some. I'd rather be a losing Aggie than
That's not
a
what you
winning
said 2
any other
weeks
game
ago.
of the week. You know, we bring on next week.
Who do you guys
Who do
play
you
next
play
week?
next
You know, we had learning curves, new coach, new players.
It's like
and
Mad Max.
gotta see what happened. The
That's the
rumor
idea.
was Wegman was throwing up on the sideline during the game. So
Really?
we had a sick quarterback. So that doesn't help.
No.
But we had an opportunity. I think we held our own for a while. But hopefully we learn from the experience and go on to answer your question. We got McNeese State this weekend. And then we've got Bowling
Louisiana?
Green. They're a D2 school.
From Louisiana or where's
Yeah.
McNeese? Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got Florida coming to town.
That's good. That's a little
I
bounce.
think we go to Florida. We
Yeah.
can go to Florida.
That's a good little bounce back week. You beat up on
So-
them real good.
Yeah.
Feel better, and then go to Florida. And I'm sure Florida.
Florida's
You'll
dog
beat Florida.
Shit. Florida's dog shit this year.
I think we'll beat Florida. Then we got Arkansas.
I haven't seen Arkansas.
I haven't. Yeah. I mean, it's a good SEC game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Texas has a challenge Saturday. We'll see how that goes playing in the big house.
I think we're gonna kick their ass, but we'll see.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
That's all I want to say.
Appreciate that. I don't think you can ask for more than that from now. You do the Longhorn. Good luck to you.
All I can say is good luck, and
Good
there we
luck.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that.
Hey, we'll do our best. See what happens.
Hey, I said it going into the game on Saturday, and we weren't 100% there, but play your best, do your best, win or lose. Can't hold your head down.
No. Yeah.
No.
That's
And,
the only thing I request for my soccer team too.
Play the best
Well,
you can.
I'm not asking you to win. Of course, we all want to win
Everything.
everything.
We want to go
You
undefeated.
know, it's
Yeah.
a marble competition. I want to win it.
Right.
But if you can't, it's just impossible to win, to always win. But I wanted to give 100% when you're there.
Right.
You see,
Give it 100%. Play the game. Do what you came here
because
to
you
do.
have a number of slots to play. You have 11 players in soccer, 11 players, and you have 7 more now sitting the bench, and only 4 more. Man, it's only 25. And there are literally millions of people trying to play the sport. Can you please deliver at least your heart to the game?
Yeah.
You're already making $100 million a year. In the whole contract, like, come on.
But what if they had 3 goals?
That's what I'm saying.
More people would watch.
It would make it more interesting.
What if the whole goal line was a goal?
Yeah.
Have you been to an Austin FC game?
I have not.
Yeah.
I haven't been either.
It's
I want
actually
to go.
I've got clients that have gone. I've got some buddies of mine that have all gone, and they've all said it's a phenomenal time.
it's a good time.
I know absolutely zero about soccer other than 2 things. You run a lot, and the ball goes in the net, you score a point. Other than that, I don't really know much about soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if you transfer 75% of what you know about other sports, all you need is 20 minutes of a game conversation, and you understand the game.
Yeah.
Especially because if you are into sports, it's gonna be who gets less score and who gets
it's
more
going to
score.
be fun to go to.
Oh, yeah,
I've heard
that's
the atmosphere is fun.
It's
the
fun.
people are fun.
It's
The
is
fans,
fun.
the ultras are incredible.
Yeah.
I can
Right.
get into just about any sport except for that Olympic breakdancing bullshit. That one I could not
Pew,
watch.
pew, ray gun
Well,
at the finest.
We laughed a little bit.
I mean, that's all you can do is laugh. I wasn't getting into it.
Brazil didn't get a medal in surf.
Olympic breakdance.
Because
I just laugh when I
the
saw
surf,
that.
the waves, the waves weren't good enough, and then the guy who
What's
surfed the day
next?
before
Twerking?
wanted gold.
Yeah.
Hey, throw it out there.
Olympic
Could be in
twerking
LA,
next.
so
Yeah.
you never know.
Well, man, if squash made it,
Squash didn't make it.
Yeah.
if squash
Yeah.
made it, why twerking can't make it?
So oddly enough, I have my fantasy football draft tonight.
Oh, okay. I was just
Yeah.
going to ask you about your.
We're
They're waiting to the last minute.
We're drawing it tonight.
All right. What's your strategy?
Drink heavily, pick quick.
Okay. Y'all get 30 seconds, 60 seconds?
We are doing 60 seconds. It's a 12-man team, and I am
Fuck,
pick
that's
number
tough.
4.
4. Okay.
So I get
Snake?
Snake. So I'm going to be a pick and wait a while.
You might get CD at the 4th if someone doesn't snipe them from you.
Well, I gotta be quiet about it. Nobody picks me, but I don't know how quiet I can be. I'm wearing and my team name. I mean, they already know. So
Yeah, I mean,
most everybody in the league knows where I'm going.
How
Yeah.
important
Well,
picking up the
depends who's
defense
there.
is? in
Right,
the
you
game?
can get Brees Hall, you
Not very.
get
Not
CD,
very important to
you-
pick up the
I just think
defense.
CD is a good pick.
Because I would say that if I am coordinating the game, picking up my defense, that's what I thought first.
No,
I'll pick up the defense right away. I would go to the defense right away, but then
We know
I
McCaffrey's going right away.
right. He's number 1 overall. Then it usually jumps to Brees Hall, and then it starts going to wide receivers real
I was with
quick.
some friends of mine last week. I don't know what night of the night it was, maybe a Wednesday night or something, and she had actually forgotten that it was her draft night. She's like, "Oh crap!"
Oh,
So
did
she
it?
gets on her phone real quick, and she get logged in and got in on it. But apparently, 4 or 5 of the people on there were just autographs. And
Yeah.
it was just ding dong, ding dong. It
Yep.
was duh.
Yep.
She was pick number 10 out of 10. But she was
Okay.
10-11. It was
To
Snake.
get back.
Yeah.
So
And, but 10-11, then she was like 30-31, way on
Yeah.
down there. So
well, I just had mine. I'm in a 12-man league, and we did it on Labor Day on Monday, and I was 11 out of 12.
okay.
So I had 11, 14, then you wait all the way, and it's 30, 33, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I'd be real late in odd even rounds, but on an even round, I'm the second pick. So I used that to my advantage. I got Jalen Hurts. I got Evan Ingram. I got like the best tight end I could get, the best quarterback other than
Well,
Josh
I'm
Allen.
going to guarantee McCaffrey and Hall are going to be gone by the time we get to me.
Yeah.
It's questionable if CD will be there either, because in some leagues he's been going number 1 overall.
Right.
If they don't value McCaffrey, but you have a chance for CD.
I got a chance for CD, and then I've got a chance for a good running back on my second pick.
Yeah, you could potentially have. Well, It's going to come all the way back around.
Oh, back down the ramp. I'm 4. I'm back down to what? 12.
4, 8, 12 plus
20.
20. Yeah,
20.
so you might. It's going to be a completely. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see what I end
My
up
strategy
with.
had to be completely different because I didn't get that set of picks. I was late, then another one back to back. So
I'm spaced out pretty decent, so I'm going to have to see where I'm at.
yeah, so sometimes I feel like in the middle, you're in no man's land. Like
I mean,
you just have to keep waiting a long
Well,
time
look
to come
at it.
back
I'm
in the
better
middle.
than the first 3.
Yeah.
I was in the first pick. He gets first pick.
I don't mind being in the last 5. You lose a lot of the top guys originally, but then it comes back to you pretty quick. You just wait a long
The
time
worst
for it to
one
come
in a
back around.
12-man team is 8, if you ask me.
Yeah, like right
You're just in the middle
in
of
the
everything.
middle of everything. Yeah,
You're in the middle of
that is
everything. You
true.
don't get any back-to-backs.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of everything.
Well, I know you like to pick an early kicker and early defense, but I would tell you watch what people are doing, because the value that you're going to get out of like a flex position, a receiver, a running back,
Right.
you're going to get much more value in round 9, someone like that, than a kicker in round 9, because you might not be the best kicker in the league, but the difference between number 1 and number 5
Isn't
is
that big?
marginal if you wait till round
3 points.
13 out of 16 or something, because that's what people are doing, like 3 from the end and the defense. So if someone snags someone good, then maybe the next round, like, okay,
Well,
I'm not going to
top-
get snagged on the next guy.
I can tell you right now, in the top 5 tonight, I will either get a D or a kicker, but not both.
I would go. You're going to put. Well, it's tough to say.
It's tough. It's coming. Who's
You
that?
might score better off like a number 1 defense versus number 1 kicker, but it just depends. Because in my opinion, they're both Dallas.
Yeah, but when I get when it comes to, and I like your opinion, when it comes to pick in my round,
Just saying.
and when I
Picking
get
up
ready
what
to
you're
do
putting
it,
down,
you
I
know,
get it.
round 4 or so.
So
if I want to go that route, if the ones I'm thinking of are gone, then just put them way back in the back and pick something else.
So if you're 4 on 1, so your odd rounds are going to be early as it comes back around to
Yeah.
4. So I would say round 3, if you're early, check and see if Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts is still available in round 3, because quarterbacks are going round 4, round 3.
I don't like Josh Allen this year, guys.
Well, I had the choice between Josh Allen and Hurts. They were both available, and I took Jalen just because he lost Stephon Diggs, and it's questionable how they're off. But that could come back to bite me in the ass. All of the analysts on ESPN is unanimous. They'll say Josh Allen's the number 1 fantasy quarterback.
We'll see. I know
That's
that
what
my
they say.
league is notorious for picking up
Quarterbacks early.
no
They wait.
6th, 7th round.
So this is what
You might be able to get
Then you might
Mahomes
be-
or Lamar Jackson, which I think those would be.
Well,
better
that's what
picks
I've been
for
seeing in the
fantasy.
strategy. So if you have until round 5 or 6, you could wait on that. But around round 3, I think the only 2 that's worth
Is it your
grabbing at a quarterback.
It's just a matter
Hey,
of
Josh Allen or Jalen
Mahomes.
Hurts.
It's just
Yeah.
a matter of when I see the first quarterback drawn, then that opened up the window. Other people are going to start going,
Well,
oh, I
people
need
see that
quarterback.
and it's like shark mentality, like going to grab one.
Right.
So you could be the first to start that if you see value
In round 4.
In round 4,
Yep.
and then as it comes back around, sometimes people leave Lamar Jackson for a little bit. He's fallen, but I think he's going to be a great fantasy quarterback.
As much as I don't like the guy, the team, he's still a good player.
He's a good player, and then you could get Caleb Williams with the Bears. Seems like he's going to be pretty decent. I promise you.
Anything with the Bears is just
Anything with the Bears is
a
gonna be
bust. I'm
dismal,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry.
I think you're going to be surprised. It's fantasy. I'm not asking him to win the game.
Right,
You're looking for
but-
completions, and he's not going to be throwing deep balls every time. I don't think. I think you're.
Church, you had a
I
question.
have 2
You have
questions.
quite a few questions.
Jeremy. Oh yeah, why are you? I'm learning,
Run 'em
right?
off.
So, the first thing is about the stat pads. Like, do you have like players? Can NBA is very common. Like you gotta have double doubles, triple doubles, and that counts a lot for the game, right? I guess. Don't you have like stat
Padding your
pads?
stats.
Yeah, like
Not really in
Players
fantasy
chasing-
football.
no.
In football in general, that starts to come towards like the end of the season when you feel like you're going to break a record or something.
Yes.
Like he's had X consecutive games at 100 plus yards. They'll try and push for it a little bit more, but
But
it's not something. I think.
New ice?
You gonna take any ice tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way
we
out of
realize.
ice.
It's so back and forth. Like when the game's
Put on
happening.
these cameras.
Sometimes in a blowout win, the starting quarterback doesn't even play anymore because why risk injuring him? So
yeah.
it's more of a you think of protecting the player more than you think of blowing somebody out. College football's a little different. But NFL,
But NFL, when you've already,
it's really competitive. So
that's when you start using your backup quarterback because they're going to start playing him a little bit more too. When your quarterback, you got a Hurts and they're already in the playoffs, they're not going to play him.
no,
Well, and that's so-
going to come back to hurt you in fantasy potentially.
Exactly. So it's going to be in season. If you're blowing out the other team, you're going to start seeing those people get put on the bench because it's like don't risk the injury. Or at the back end of the
But you're
season.
safe with that if you have Dak because the Cowboys take it all the way down to the 17th week, so
Yeah.
he's always going to play.
But
Yeah,
he's got Mahomes.
You got Mahomes?
Yeah, he's got Mahomes.
Well, you're definitely going to need him all year this year because they ain't going to make it.
That is such a bold statement.
They're gonna go far, but you know, like I've already given my
dude, I don't
my
know.
champion this year.
I think
Prediction.
I think Pacheco's going to have a good season.
I picked him up, me.
I think.
How about Swifty? Swifty going to play well?
I think
You
he
don't
is.
think?
I think he
You think
is.
he is?
I think they're going to use him kind of like a Debo Samuel, Tyreek Hill type of thing, where they just dump it off and go run as fast as you can.
I'm
Yep.
excited to see what Xavier Worthy does. The fast
That's
dude, man.
I picked him up.
I'm
I think-
excited this year for a full season to see what OA Chain does down in Miami.
Oh, for sure.
He got a
I
full
think he'll be
season,
good.
starting game one. He didn't, last year he was in and out during the season because they were feeding him in.
They're one of those few teams that it's like I don't root for the Dolphins in particular, but they're so much fun to watch.
Because they're so fast.
They're all of them. You got Jalen Waddle, you got Tyreek Hill.
You got Tua, you got
Tua
A-Chain.
can throw
book it.
bombs. So I like the Fins. I don't want them to win the Super Bowl or anything, but
What's your second question?
It's connected to that. It's about statistically speaking. How often do the first or second place in each conference ended up winning the whole thing? Is it like more just like common as in the NBA? Like the Boston Celtics won, almost certain they win the champion, right? That's the
I
championship.
wonder what
Like,
that stat is.
That's a good question.
yeah, because you're looking at you're talking about number one seed going on to win the Super Bowl.
We looked
Right.
that up last year.
in number one, number
I think
two,
it would
like
surprise
1,
you.
2,
It's
or
not
3.
always the number one seed. It
Well,
would
it's not.
surprise you.
But I think it's like the top 3 teams end up making it to like the Super Bowl.
That's the
and
thing.
stuff
Like,
that.
the semifinal, the last four. Let's say the last four. How often they are in first and second in the conference? You know.
We looked that up last year.
Well, that's because we ended up with the Niners and
Chiefs.
Chiefs, and they were both probably the number one
Yes.
going into it. So that's why we were curious. Yeah.
Because this is also interferes here. Because look, since you only have 17 games,
Yeah.
right? It's very important for your players to get well to the playoffs.
You want to be.
Every game
Here's
counts
what
a
I just
lot.
looked up. Since 1990, including the Niners, 33 top-seeded teams have made it all the way.
The statistics. It's
Of those 32
revealing.
teams who have already played in the Super Bowl, 14 have hoisted the Lombardi trophies.
So the number.
About
Since-
15%.
Since
50%.
1975, 26 number one seeds have won the Super Bowl.
It's
But that's
75. That's
40
half.
something years.
That's more than half.
how many teams?
75. So
Since 1975, that would be
49.
49 years, 26 have made, so
So
about
50%.
55% or so.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than
So
that.
if you win, you know
Well, your odds are better.
your odds are better, right? So
But that's
That's-
about anything.
That's just
Yeah.
about a given, though. You know?
Yeah,
the odds are better.
well, because you get to that number one seed for a reason. You've been playing pretty
and
dominant.
you play home. You always play home.
Yes, in the playoffs, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so-
and if you're number one, you get that first round.
That's
bye.
important too. You know, like I
Well,
don't
number
know.
one seed's huge because you get first week bye and your home advantage all the way.
the whole way through. And
Yeah.
that first week bye, getting that rest, important, and then being at home should be important. Dallas screwed that up against the
Well,
Packers.
I don't want to talk about this topic, but I'm reading
We have
about
to.
I'm reading about luck. I'm reading a lot
Oh,
about luck
okay.
now, like one article after the other, and I'm trying to find common ground between the papers. I'm reading it, and one of them is to be at the right time. You know, at the right time, at the right,
Right place at the right time.
Exactly, and with the right people there, right? So this is one of the elements. Like you won, of course, you're playing home. You
Well,
know,
and
like
And then you've always, and then this year, they've changed it up so much, you got all these new rules. The referee rules, the kickoff, all that kind of stuff. It changes things up. I don't know how that, we're going to see how that plays.
How that plays out, but that's why I mean it's a lot more forgiving earlier on in the season. You're figuring things out. You can take a loss, you can take 3-4 losses, but you're staying ahead in your division.
Yes.
You might not end up number 1 in the conference, but if you fight your way out of it, it just depends. I mean, it can go so many different ways.
That's like you'll see me during the season, the Cowboys, and people give me crap because we lost to the Texans. Who cares?
It doesn't
That's not my
matter.
conference. It doesn't matter. It's when we lose to the Giants,
Eagles or
Eagles.
Commanders.
Eagles.
That hurts
Those-
double.
that-
Direct
hurts.
opponent.
That's
right?
what
Like,
hurts.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
side of the division hurts.
I mean, inevitably, you want to win all of them, but that hadn't happened since '72 when the Dolphins did it.
No one's been able to.
And in soccer, it's very common to kill
And-
the spirits of a team. Like also,
You know
I don't
what?
know how important this is in the sport. America.
Spirit of the fans?
No,
Spirit
it's
of the
spirit
players?
of the players. Like you beat them. Like you beat them. You're gonna play against them in the playoffs, and you go there
7-0.
and you have a statement. You go there and 7-0, 5-7-1 against
7-1,
the
yeah.
Argentina against Germany.
Germany.
But I'm saying this is also part of the. So this is very important also when I choose my players. I don't know if they are. No, you know what? I don't. I take more risks. For example, Mahomes probably takes a lot of risks, I guess,
But
because he is so different.
But having said that, our
Doing these
fantasy,
behind the back passes and whatnot in preseason.
but the fantasy only goes through the 17 games, right? It doesn't
Week
go.
17 of the regular season's our Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So-
y'all do that. Ours goes all the way down.
Through the playoffs?
Yeah,
So the
that's-
reason that's different is because you might have drafted somebody, they're not in the playoffs.
So the way
you
ours,
just
the
lose
way
that
ours
person.
works is we got 12 players and we take the top 6 of the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
So okay. Yeah,
There's,
that's my point.
If you dive deep into the settings on the app, but you can set up
So
all
we
sorts
take-
of things, but
we
ours
take,
isn't like that.
We take top 6, so half of us will go to the playoffs.
Cool.
And then once you get to the playoffs, there's new rules based on the regular season.
But you're going into NFL
Yeah.
playoffs? So those top 6 probably have people that are in the playoffs,
Well, you would hope.
but it doesn't always.
Doesn't always work that way.
And I'm asking you
Good
guys
convert.
because
And they have to trade in.
You pick up people in free agency, yeah.
You get well. We do a free agency on those 6.
Yeah.
We can drop and redraft right then and fill our team back up because you're right. Not everybody's going to have players.
That's a
full
cool way to
roster.
do it.
And the only way you can, if you can get new players on your team once you're in the playoffs, is if you don't have a position player in the playoffs. Like if your defense is out, you're going to get another.
But you can't just drop and pick someone up in the middle of the season, regardless. You have who you have. Unless
Well,
it's,
we can do it during the season like anybody else.
but playoffs, it
But what I'm
changes.
saying, when I get to the playoffs, and let's say I've got the Cowboys defense and we're not in the playoffs, I get to pull up another defense.
But let's say you have that, and then someone else doesn't have. Well, I mean, the likelihood of that's low, though. Like
Right.
a number 1 defensive team, you're not going to pick that guy up. Yeah.
Right.
But
So-
in the playoffs, you have somebody, and they're in the playoffs. You can't drop them and replace them if you wanted to, because the bottom 6 are giving up their entire teams essentially.
Right.
That makes sense. That's why.
Right. Exactly.
Interesting. That's a cool way to play.
It's fun to play. Yeah.
Was it was it $1,000 buy-in on this one?
No,
No.
we downed it.
Oh,
So made it a little more interesting.
yeah. Yeah. $1,000, man. Jesus Christ.
It made it a little more interesting. I will have y'all know that I've already lost a couple $100 on college football this past weekend, so I got to build back up.
Can't
on this-
imagine
on this
which
weekend
game you're
coming
talking
up.
about.
And well, actually, I lost half of it on LSU.
That was a surprise.
No, not a surprise.
I wouldn't say it was a surprise. I mean, I thought that was an
So
excellent game.
13 to 23 rank difference, like a 10 rank
I thought
difference.
that was an excellent game, and excellent. They played well.
There's a
Like
couple
LSU.
I
crucial
don't really
drives.
like either one of them
where they
but
didn't
I'm full for
convert.
LSU, as far as the betting goes.
Yeah, I like LSU. I'm not big on Brian Kelly, Chip Kelly.
No, not at all.
That's why I'm like, it's whatever.
Not at all, but the main reason I picked LSU in that game is SEC. Not for the conference,
SEC had a little bit of a tough weekend in some
Yeah.
regards.
Yes, had a very tough weekend. But long season ahead.
Vanderbilt's talking a lot of crap.
They should be. It should be. Vanderbilt, I think I said it 2 weeks ago when I was here, and if not, I'll say it because I said it all weekend long. I think Vanderbilt is the sleeper team this year to beat Texas.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Texas is playing Georgia.
Yeah.
Then they go to Vandy. Put those two back to back. This will be tough. We'll see.
If Quinn,
Adversity,
if
man.
Quinn can stay healthy, that'll be a tough battle.
Well, I mean, Manning didn't look too shabby the other day.
I was just about to say, you know, it's like
that's
talking about putting in backup quarterbacks, like third quarter, put in a Manning. I mean, that's a good, promising future for the franchise,
Right.
for the school. But
The franchise.
I mean-
that minor league football team they got?
it's
All colleges
basically
are minor league football teams now.
with the
Yeah.
amount of money
Yeah.
they're spending on. Yeah, it's just great. Alabama, though, we'll see when's their first real competitive game because
Probably another 3 weeks, you know, but they steamrolled the other day. Like they didn't even miss
that's what I'm saying. So we'll get to see because right now you have it's a little funny. You've got Georgia ranked first, and then I think it's Ohio State second, Texas third, Alabama fourth.
Texas go to 4 or 3.
Texas went to 3.
I didn't even look.
Texas went to 3.
I don't look at
Right, we looked at it earlier, right?
Yeah.
Alabama went to 4.
I don't
Yeah.
look at rankings till about game 8.
Well, yeah, it's the
matter.
same as projections in fantasy right now.
It,
Like, you have
it doesn't
policy.
matter right now to me.
But and Notre Dame went way up,
Way up.
like to 7th or 5th or something. Which
And I'm probably going to throw the Aggies under the bus a little bit, but to me, Notre Dame's not a top 10 football team.
No.
Watching them play the other night, they're not a top 10 team. They don't play anybody all year other than Florida State and USC.
Florida State is not.
And Florida State's not all that.
We just found. I think they already got eliminated from the playoffs after that loss to Boston College last night.
Oh, they're already knocked out of the top 25.
They're done.
So, I mean, USC is going to be a good team this year.
Fast forward to next season for them.
And, yeah, so I don't know. I think Notre Dame's going to end up in the top 10, but I just don't think they're a top 10 team. They don't play anybody.
No.
Well, and the playoff system's different this year, isn't it?
12 teams.
You're not out of contention, man. You just need to.
Oh, we're nowhere near out of contention.
I think people are just down in the dumps
Jumping,
about it.
yeah.
Jumping to conclusions.
Yeah.
About us? Yeah, sure they are. But who says, I mean, we can't.
I don't know. You start
Nobody
saying
knows-
crazy shit that Texas going to lose to Vanderbilt. That's
That ain't nothing crazy. That's a legitimate chance.
everything's a chance, right?
Right. I mean, if we already knew Texas was going to win, why are we wasting the money on playing the game? Just give them the W.
We like watching. We like
Well-
watching Texas win.
Well, you won't watch it that weekend.
I think George has another
I
follow-up
hope
question.
you're wrong.
I've got a lot of
No, I hope
questions.
you're wrong.
George has already created like a diagram in here.
First of all, like, who decides who play against who? Like, is that a big thing?
So
We're
that's-
talking NFL or college,
NFL.
okay?
Yeah. So who decides who play against who? Like, if you play the plays the games at home, how is that decided? Probably an AI is doing this right now.
I think part of the staff gets to try and submit their own schedule and then someone else approves it. But also certain teams always have dictated. Like Dallas always plays on Thanksgiving. We have probably
Big markets.
more primetime games than some other teams. That so certain things they slot out those games for. But like
Tradition, also.
it kind of hops back and forth. A lot of the times we play was the Redskins, the Commanders on Thanksgiving. In recent years, it's been the Lions. This year, it's the Giants, and we're playing the Lions a little earlier
But Cowboys always play at home
on Thanksgiving, and we are. Giants are coming to Arlington.
That's always a given.
Isn't that beneficial to those teams playing so much more games at home? Like the Golden State Warriors, because they didn't win last year, they didn't get into the playoffs. You're having 7 or 8 games less than last year. That's a lot of, it's an advantage for them, right? To play on TV, they make more money.
Yeah. More
And-
publicity.
And like, for example, it's a one thing to play in Miami when it's 75 degrees.
Yeah.
It is a completely different thing to play in Miami when it's 120 degrees for the adversary, and you are 75, 80 degrees there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Miami, I know that case specifically, right? So
For football?
in football, yeah.
Yeah.
So basketball. Their stadium's set up too, where the sun just
Hey,
completely
that's
hits
my
the,
point, So What
opposing
if
side.
I decided while I organize it, I play at home against top teams in that condition? That benefits Miami for
If
sure.
you're going to go play Green Bay, you don't preferably want to schedule it for November, December.
you don't
right
want
in the middle of
November,
the season.
December.
No one wants to. Exactly right.
But
They're
some-
happy for you to come
some-
back.
Somebody's got to go do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where they come up with the term of a strength of schedule. And when it comes down to tiebreakers, it never comes down to it, but people debate about strength of schedule. So you could have a great year and like, yeah, but you played nobody. That's what somebody
I'm
will
telling
say.
you this because I know you know that I follow the WNBA, right?
Sure. Yep.
So the Fevers play the first 10 games. They lost 9 and they only won 1.
Yep.
But they play 8 games away against the top 5.
Yeah.
Now the last 6 games of the season, they are playing home against the weaker teams. So
They
it
got it out
gives
of the
the
way.
impression. Oh, you see, she didn't adapt well to the league. She didn't rest. She played 10 games away, and they crammed because they.
And that
knew
was
the
her
team-
introduction.
Yeah, exactly. They crammed. All the other teams played 6 games. They play 11. You know, so away. So what I'm saying is that how much that
Strategy.
actually.
But with the WNBA, it might be a little different than NFL because the NFL is planned out 2, 3 years, 4 years in advance already
Oh, okay,
for
okay,
schedules.
yes.
And a lot of that also has to do, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the dollar and the money. But
Yes.
also
Certain
has,
teams become marketable. They
it also has to do with
Get
TV time.
Yep.
Who's got the slots?
Yes.
Well, like we're saying, and I'm not saying it because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, but the Dallas Cowboy is
Truth.
America's team.
It is America.
They
That's the
are
truth.
going to get the priority picks on
Lakers,
as much as Lakers, Cowboys,
Giants.
Chiefs.
Giants do get a lot of.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are going to get a lot of picks. They've been
Yes.
winning all the Super Bowls. That you think Swifty ain't going to let that get on TV? Come on, man, we got to get them on TV.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. It's going to happen.
Yep.
49ers. You're
Yeah.
going to see the 49ers,
Yes,
the Chiefs,
yes.
the Cowboys,
Yeah.
the Giants, the Eagles. You're going to see all them on TV more than you will the Browns, the
What's that?
Lions,
So,
those kind of things.
Seahawks.
You
Just
have-
like in baseball, you're going to see the Yankees, the Astros, the Rangers
Yeah.
more than you will some of these other teams.
Yeah. Market size, right?
It's all
Eagles
marketing.
are on primetime games first 2 weeks back to back.
But
Right, the Eagles are.
I would argue that it's also comes down to tradition. Also.
Traditions.
Because I mean, Thanksgiving has always been the Lions. The Lions haven't been good for how many
Yes,
years?
but they
until
always
just now.
played.
But they've always played on Thanksgiving
Yes.
when everyone's at home.
And
You're
that's
gonna
why all
turn
those
on that
Cowboy
game.
fans got happy. All the Thanksgiving games because we knew we were going to win.
Yeah.
We played a bad team. Now we're playing
Yeah.
a good Detroit
Yeah,
team.
yeah, I know.
And we're
Yeah.
playing Giants this year.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and let's face it,
But I
let's
think that's a
Detroit
good-
have
they're a
at
good
least the seat of Detroit
I don't think
have,
they're
have
better
at
than
least one good thing, you know.
Yes.
They're good.
Yes, exactly.
Let them have
You
at
can
least
respect
one
that.
good thing, you
I
know.
think
But
it's the
that's
same
it,
thing
is
as
they've
every
been-
year.
They've been bad for so long. They've been bad for so long that it's
2 conversations.
You know, it is now they have their chance to really be a good team.
Who's that?
Detroit.
No, I
chance.
pull for Detroit right now. They look.
I like.
I really like Dan Campbell and that team after watching them on like Hard Knocks and then seeing Amon St. Brown and receiver on Netflix. Like
I like Dan
they're
Campbell
a
too.
squad. He's just a cool guy. Like he's like a really passionate guy.
He would sit here and be a guy to drink whiskey and smoke a
Oh,
cigar
for sure.
and just talk football.
But he inspires his fucking
You
team.
know where he played ball, right? In his college days.
Yeah.
Giggle. Well, Dan Campbell. Back to that giggle.
Man,
Oh,
that's
man,
that-
that's
that's
why
that
they've been
culture.
losing so much.
That's part of that culture.
What's that called?
Texas A&M.
I missed. What's
Huh?
that about?
He's a Aggie fan.
On Aggie. Dan Campbell played at A&M. That's why he's a good football coach. I like him.
I like Dan Campbell.
That's the reason I said 2 weeks ago the Browns are going to go to the Super Bowl because Myles Garrett's on their team. Another Aggie.
Everybody loved Johnny Manziel too.
Everybody loved him. I'm not sure they do anymore. Those that do, and those that don't.
Yeah.
There's a fine line.
For sure.
There's a fine line. You know, he was the guest picker this weekend on game
On
day.
game day, college game day.
And everybody's question, I said, he did this when he played at A&M. Every time I see him on TV, he's wearing a polo. It's buttoned all the way up to his neck. And everybody's like, why? That's just a Johnny thing.
That's his thing.
That's just, I guess it's his thing because he's always wearing a polo
All the way up.
buttoned all the way
Did
up.
you watch the documentary he had on Netflix?
Oh, yeah, on him? Yeah.
He never watched any film.
And that was pretty spot on from what I've heard from other people that know him really well. That's just
Somehow the story of him coming from oil money is all made up.
that was all hoax.
Yeah, and so it's like when he got into the NFL, it's like whoever, coach, whatever's talking to his agent, like he's watched 0.0 hours of film. And coming up for this game, he just didn't give a shit.
God damn.
He said, I know what I'm doing. I know how to play the game. I don't need to see film. I need to see the field and play ball.
And it didn't translate for him in the NFL.
No, it didn't.
But he was a college superstar.
But that's how he did it. That's how he did it at A&M.
Yeah.
And it worked for him there.
And it worked for him great. He played ball at A&M.
Yeah,
He's an improviser, man. He just
did.
found a way to make plays.
Yep.
Changing topics. I wasn't here on the weekend, and you guys watching Formula One.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I want to know what happened because you know
Ask
what?
about your boy?
Well, let me tell you, Gasly is back at being
No. Be honest. I want honesty. I want honesty in this podcast. I want order. He was taken on purpose. You see, like he was like it was a good overtake, and then this guy just okay. No, we can't have Gasly on the second week in a row. I'm gonna take him out, and he couldn't take him out because he wasn't out.
Well, honestly, you asked for honesty. I didn't pay attention to him at all.
Of course, you didn't.
You know,
Well,
I
he was
was.
in 14th place for most of the race, and
I
and
paid
there was a good
attention.
battle elsewhere on the.
I paid attention to the shitty tactics that McLaren played, and it's like, you know, you have two guys starting in the front. You do not. You know, you can go like, hey, if it is a clear launch that, you know, let's say if the Piastri launched so much better and then first corner it turned in front, fine. But if it did not, just keep on, you know, protect and then, you know,
Protect the team.
settle down, and then after everything is settled down, and then you go and try and find your own, you know, space in the race.
That's
you know,
right.
don't scramble the first lap because everybody's so packed up on the first lap. And then you should not do what they're doing. They just lost 14 points to Norris because it was like 7 points before, 7 points now, but they even lost even further because if Norris had finished, you know, first or second, if Piastri overtook, you know, the length of the race, like mid-race or whatever. And not only that, but they on this last race they lost 10 points to. They would have been in front right now. McLaren would be in front right now in the championship, and they are not because of their own mistake. So that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to brag. What was the color of the shirt I was wearing? But the medias can confirm that.
This weekend?
Yeah,
Red one.
Red?
of course. Because I saw then second, third, and fourth place
A Ferrari won?
in Italy.
He's from the future. He is from the future.
There is a chance that they win. There's a chance that they win.
I told him, like,
You know. Yeah.
he needs to try Lando. He needs to try harder to just not qualify on pole, and then he has a better chance of winning the race.
Lando this year he lost 45 positions every single start.
If you count all the positions.
Yeah, if you count from the beginning of the year, first lap,
Ah, gotcha.
he's lost.
So
He
if
lost
you're pole
45.
and you got in the second, you lost one, and then you
Right.
the accumulation of
So
positions he losses was his loss was 45.
I think qualifying on pole, he's still never led a lap.
So where are they at in Formula One? All I follow is NASCAR. I don't know nothing about Formula One other than I know racing, but where are they at in the season? Are they already in the playoffs?
They are they're mid-season, but like 2 races into the mid-season already. So that is so it's 14 races out of, I think they have like
22 this year.
8
right?
races. Yeah, they have 8 races to the end.
Okay,
So we
9. No, yeah, okay.
So the next one, Azerbaijan.
So do they have a setup like NASCAR where it's cut off in the last 10 races as a championship?
No, they don't have
It's a
that
point
playoffs.
accumulation.
No,
Point accumulation race, all the races,
No, no.
the winner wins.
no, it's like from race 1 to last race. It's
The man with the most points wins.
yes.
Yep.
Got it. I love that.
And there's two competitions going on at the same time, like the driver and then the team. So it's the constructors. But all of this has already happened. We just had Italy. So we have Azerbaijan, 1, 2,
So do you have
3,
any
4,
fantasy-
5, 6, 7, 8 left. 8
Eight
races.
left.
Fantasy racing too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. Yeah. But there's 8 out of 22, so we're 60 something, almost 70% done with the season.
We used to do fantasy NASCAR. Well, that's hard to keep up with.
I can't.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of stopped with this too.
Well, we built up. We did our teams, and I haven't touched my team since
Me
I
either.
I put it up.
Yeah.
And it's
I haven't-
completely different from football. Like, it's not head to head.
Because it's not head to head. Is you can change players. They change in value. So when you sell them, and then you get more money, and then you can buy another driver that might not have gone up. For example, right now would be a good idea to drop a driver and get
First
one
down,
of the
that's
Williams
Right.
drivers, because the Williams drivers would potentially be doing better towards the end of the year, because the team is improving quite a lot, and it's gonna finish stronger than what it started. It started really bad, and then the team principal he's good.
And this is the
Really?
kind of information that I was asking
not
you guys, because you gotta know minimally to have a minimal educated opinion about football, right? So when he's speaking about that, now I feel like changing. Before this conversation, I agree with him. Like,
And
especially
I know that, and I haven't gone inside of the
See, so
app.
if I was to do fantasy Formula One racing, I'd be in your shoes in that. Okay, just pick the yellow team. I know nothing about it.
exactly.
Nothing.
And that's where this all spawned from. Like, we'll just do
Right.
a little something we like to call the Battle of the Logos.
And then
And I think it might be time for
having talked about that, do you want to put that on the screen? Let's
Let's
do the Battle of the Logos.
Now, what's this for?
Battle of the Logos.
It's gonna be our weekly picks
Oh, for y'all's fantasy football.
No, it's
for this
our
podcast.
It's and you are in
Just out of
it.
fun. Just out of
I'm in
fun.
this?
Take a look.
Yeah.
We got Hilton, Dylan, Conrad, George, and Paul.
All
you are
right.
in it.
How's this work? Fill me in.
So
Can I explain? So every single week, if you're not here, right, send us your picks. Who is gonna win?
Logo to logo.
Well, when I say Battle of the Logos, it's because I don't know about.
So that's
football
literally what
enough.
it is. Battle of the logos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any points involved? Or is it straight up win or lose game?
points.
No, I'm
So-
saying my given points were going.
no, just win, lose, win,
win,
lose.
lose. Okay.
So we call it that because at the beginning, that's all he had to go off of. I like this logo. That logo sucks.
Man,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
pick
pay
this team.
attention to all these teams. This will be interesting to pick right
Yeah.
now.
See, now you
it's
got to
gonna-
get out of fantasy and actually play
We're
real
gonna do our
life.
weekly picks. I'm gonna write down, and then at the end we'll have our score, and then we'll keep track of that throughout
Man,
the
this is
season.
kind of close to what we just did this past weekend. My wife got us all in on the some college one, to where it gives you like 8 teams, 8 games. You got to pick the winner.
Ah, okay.
and all of them.
And of all things, I think my wife went like 8-2 or 6-2, whatever it was.
Yeah.
No, she went 8-2. I went 5-5. So she's bragging a little
Yeah.
bit.
So
Last
that's how
year,
this will go.
last year I did quite well. I think I finished what, third or second, maybe.
I honestly
us?
don't.
Second,
Second.
first, and I finished last. Then Hilton came in late.
George.
George. Yeah.
Conrad always went for upsets,
Yeah, it's right here.
and more often than not, I
So,
thought he would be right, and then it happens.
So my wife went 8-2. I'm down here 4-1. I'm at 5-5.
Well, there you go.
And let's see what this week is. Come on, there you go. You gotta go through and pick the teams.
Oh, okay.
We got Michigan, Texas, OSU, Arkansas. It gives it to you. You don't.
Make sure you pick
which one.
Texas
You
in
pick
that
the
game
winner.
if you want
Yeah.
to.
And
There
you
you
can
go.
and you can change your mind all the way up until the first of these games is played.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
in our case, we don't change our mind because
Locked in now.
It
So this is locking in right now.
That
Yep.
locks in
Logos.
right now.
All right.
And
Let me
over
know when-
here, we'll keep track of our percentages correct
You let
every
me know when
week,
it's my turn to pick and what I'm picking.
every round. So first up, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. Primetime Thursday night game.
And I'm a bird guy.
We all just spouted out.
I see an upset there.
What is an upset to you?
For me, for George,
Chiefs losing.
not playing
playing at
home, and
losing.
If you lose it, it's an upset for me.
Super Bowl champs coming back,
So-
losing game one.
So he says Ravens because Chief is
You're
playing
Ravens.
home.
I'm Ravens because my defense is Ravens. At least I want the defense to.
I'm
He's a bird guy. He's a bird guy.
I'm bird. Look at that logo, man. You know.
I'm gonna go the Kansas City Chiefs, just because.
Give a
That's
thinking
my
cap
pick.
one for this one.
Yeah. Put around. I'm gonna go Ravens.
I like this.
Ravens,
This gives
George.
me a competitive advantage.
Chiefs.
So Ravens.
No.
Ravens, Chiefs.
Everyone's Ravens except for Paul and I.
I think you need to go to your other tab.
That's right. Everybody except for me and Paul.
I just think Mahomes is going to find a way to flick that ball sideways, looking to the left, to the right kind of thing to win that game.
Yeah.
It'll happen. It's all going to hinge on how well Jackson can play the game that day. If he's on, it's going to be a tough win.
I think so.
I'm excited for it. This is not an app. This is a versus playing in Brazil.
Oh, the no green
Paulo.
teams.
Yeah.
No green teams.
No green teams, and they're all green. And we
they're
couldn't have
both-
So
gotten
they're gonna have to be the Bay Packers instead of the Green Bay Packers and
Yep.
the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm a bird guy.
I think I'm gonna take the Birds in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles.
I'm gonna go
I'm
Eagles.
going Packers.
Eagles.
Packers.
Eagles. George goes Eagles.
You will never see a Cowboy fan pull for the Birds. Period.
Yeah.
Other than this guy.
Yeah. Just want to be a Cowboys fan over
Matter of
here.
fact, I'll take my one loss on that one because I'm going Packers.
I like to be right.
I like to be a Cowboy fan.
And when it comes time, we'll beat their ass. They can beat the Packers.
Yeah, I agree.
Anybody can beat the Packers. Steelers at Falcons.
No Steelers. The Blinders and the Falcons.
He doesn't play for the team anymore.
Oh, Steelers for me then.
Let's take a look at that real quick, so I
He's
can
not-
tell you who the new.
He's not. They are not the Blinders anymore. Because that Johnson guy is not playing for them anymore. Who is he playing for?
That's what I was looking at. The Carolina Panthers.
Is he
Panthers.
retired?
No, he's playing for the Panthers now.
Thank
Panthers.
God.
He's actually
Who's
really
that?
inside
Deontay.
thing. Last season there was a play where Deontay Johnson just like gave up on the play, and then
It was like an interception.
it might have been an
play.
interception, and he could have gotten a tackle, but the guy just ran right past him. He just gave up and started walking off the field.
He was upset with something.
I can understand.
And then when he was asked about it post game, he just claimed he never saw it. But,
But it happened right in front of
he
him.
was
Shut his eyes or what?
Yeah.
he was looking at the
So
guy
lucky.
like this, the guy running, and then his.
then he just kept walking right off the field.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
he changed the name of the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Pittsburgh Blinders.
The Blinders. I was
So
wondering-
now it'd be the Carolina Panthers if you want to go that route. Are the
So,
Blinders.
this game now is Steelers and Falcons at Falcons. So the team on
At
the right
Falcons.
is the home team.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Falcons the bird.
Falcons. George.
I'm a bird
George
guy,
wants to
but
be
I
a
like
bird
the
guy.
Steelers.
Yeah.
I like the Steelers because I like the history behind the logo and everything.
They got Russell Wilson starting quarterback, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren's questionable, but I think he'll play.
Good defense.
Who are the Falcons have?
Steelers. Kirk Cousins.
Is
Bijan
he starting?
Robinson. Yeah.
They got Grandpa playing.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, Bijan's the guy.
I'm gonna go against my Cowboy thing, and I'm gonna pull for the Steelers.
I'm gonna say Steelers also.
Look at your mom. Your mom's saying Chiefs all the way.
Oh, she can't believe you. Oh, my goodness.
Mom loves the Chiefs.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. All right, Mom.
Howdy, howdy. All right, so we got Paul with the Steelers.
Si, senor.
Me too.
All right.
Falcons.
Conrad also with the Steelers.
I think the steel curtain defense is just gonna be too much
I
for
think so.
for the Falcons.
I think so.
They got a good
Birds?
You're
defense.
going. No, I'm not. George is going Falcons.
George is going Falcons. Okay.
I got to follow my heart in this one. All right, we got the Angry Birds at the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, the Buildos for me.
Bills.
Take the
all day.
Bills?
I hate the
Midget can't
Cardinals.
play ball anyway.
Buildos. Yeah.
Is this our first sweep? Everybody's
First
taking the
sweep?
Bills?
Yes, sir.
Bills.
All right. Then we have Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. I like the Bears at home in this
Give me
one.
the Bears.
I like the Bears. I'm going.
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Titans.
Are they the only crazy? Are we crazy? Like
No.
I'm Bears.
Yeah.
It's a different season. I know what you're used to expecting from the Bears. I think you're,
Today is World Beer
Dude.
Day, so Bears sounds like
Divide
beer.
this screen in half, or it's too small.
Today's
No, I can
World
do this,
Beer
dude.
Day.
Okay, all right.
as long as you know what you're doing.
Today's
Like,
World Beer Day.
Okay,
What
so
button you're pressing?
I know what I'm
Beard.
doing. Oh no, hold
Beard.
on. If you,
Beard
hey,
day.
if you do
Yeah.
that, this
I
one is too short.
misunderstood.
You gotta move
Yeah.
this one up on there. You gotta do the opposite. Because if I do this, it shows that one. It doesn't show.
Hey, we have the games there too, right?
Yeah,
I think.
so-
Yeah.
Well, we want this one showing for the logos.
Okay, oh, that's right. Come on, how dare you?
It's Battle of the
Battle of the
Logos.
Logos.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals, depends on
Man,
your.
that's
Bengals.
I'm a Bengals. I'm gonna choose Bengals.
That's a hard one.
I don't know. I
the
remember from
Patriots are
last
good.
year, they have a better logo if it's not that big.
Do you believe in Jared Mayo?
I'm gonna go
But
with the logo here.
he's Jacoby
Patriots is a
Brissett. He's
nicer
gonna be
logo.
playing for Patriots.
Mayo's a
Brissett's
coach.
playing for the Patriots.
Jared Mayo's a coach.
Oh, I'm.
I don't know about him yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals.
I'm going to go Bengals.
What happened to their Mac Jones? He's benched.
He's
no,
good.
no, he plays for Jacksonville now.
He got traded.
Yes, but the
See, I don't keep up with them.
kid that they drafted, the heck of a ball player.
For Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're
taking the fatties?
But they're starting Jacoby Brissett.
They're going to be good. Be you taking them? No.
Hell no.
No.
What about you, Hilton?
Oh, I was going for the logo here.
That's a difference of opinion.
You know, the,
They both suck.
but, no, but
Flying
you know,
head
the
of the
Patriots
beast.
logo is a little bit better, but you guys, everybody going for them.
This is your opportunity to steal a point on everybody if it's wrong. Think of it that way.
I'll lose a point.
Well,
Jeez. So you guys putting me on a spot here.
you already did that when you chose the Ravens.
On a second thought, Bengals.
Okay.
Another sweep.
Another sweep.
Another sweep. We keep track of that too.
Okay.
I like to keep track of every week
Every time we do sweep,
When we sweep,
we mess
because
it
then
up.
it's like, okay, out of the week we had 7 sweeps, 4 of them were right. Our percentage on sweep, and then when it gets later in the year, like if there's a sweep, maybe I'm going the other way.
Right.
Because there's a 70% chance we're wrong.
Right.
So
I'm
this
with
starts
you.
to happen. So I keep track of it all. Texans at Colts. This is a divisional game
Texans.
to open up
Texans.
the
To
season.
open up the season.
Give me the Texans.
I'm gonna take the Texans. Stephon Diggs, CJ
Me too.
Stroud, Tank Dell
Yeah, Texas.
versus
from-
Anthony Richardson.
I'm Texas. I'm
He's
Texas.
over.
I'm in Texas. I'm gonna go. Then the logo is better. You know, doesn't matter.
Texans.
In that way.
Paul?
He's already starting to think about the sweep.
Yeah,
I can see it.
you messed up his mind, man.
I'm going to pull for the upset and go with Colts.
All right,
You see
They
it?
are
It's
Pat
working.
McAfee guy.
They are at
Pat
home.
McAfee guy. Over
And the
here.
Colt, and the reason I say that, the Colts have one of the best at-home records in the last 10 years in NFL football.
Do they? It's
I'm not saying the best, but they play well at home. They don't play well on the road. They
That's
play
a
well
good
at home.
stat.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
They're not a bad.
Could be wrong.
They're not a bad
You
team.
don't even need to ask me on the next one.
I just don't. I never pull for the Texans, even though it's different conference, AFC versus NFC. I never pull for the Texans. Last year, I never even voted for the Texans. But I think they're a different team this year.
But the next one here, you don't have to ask me. I mean, they can't even keep up with the Birds.
This is for sure going to be a sweep. I think Finn. We like to do a little fins up. Everybody do a little
Are you-
fins up action.
You gotta have the
Woo! He's throwing
Oh,
into a 360.
performance!
I missed that one. I
Gotta
missed it.
have the
I got only the end of it on camera.
Gotta have the waddle.
This is very presumptuous. You going fins up? All
Fins up.
We got another sweep. We got the Panthers at the Saints.
Who that?
Who that Saints?
Who that?
Well, I'm gonna go Saints.
That's a hard stadium to play ball in. Gets loud and rowdy. Game
Yeah.
1.
I think I answered.
Yes. I think it's another sweep, gentlemen. Hilton's not going to pick the Panthers because they have that blind guy on there.
Forget the Panthers.
All right. I'm gonna go
Hey,
Panthers. I'm gonna go Panthers.
Ah, get out of
You're
here.
going
Are you shitting
Panthers?
me?
Yeah.
Ah, let's
we have
be-
too many sweeps. Makes me uncomfortable. All right.
wait for
Vikings at Giants.
Give me the Giants against the Vikings.
No, I'm a Viking guy.
I'm gonna go Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm also
guy.
going to go Vikings.
I'm a Viking, and you know.
Giants.
Next game,
Crush.
can I choose neither?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Chargers?
I'm going to choose the Raiders.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Play home. I don't know anything about it.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
I'm gonna look at the locals. Hold on.
Chargers.
I'm Raiders. The logo is better.
Go.
Broncos at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Birds.
There
Man.
we go.
My peace politics, right? So it's like whenever I can choose Dallas and Seahawks, I will always choose them.
Yeah.
You know, to keep the politics in this room.
To keep the peace.
To keep the peace.
This motherfucker over here.
What did he say,
He's
Bronco?
gonna go for the Broncos.
Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it.
Let me tell you,
I'll be the GOAT. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
the Broncos suck.
Yeah. I
Hey,
hate the Broncos.
any given day, any team can win the game.
Yeah. No.
Just not that game and not
NFL,
that
man.
day.
We have the best team in the league, the Dallas Cowboys, facing Cleveland Browns.
You don't need to ask.
Yeah.
That's
Let me just put it this way. Here's my
Yes.
answer.
What about you, Conrad?
Yeah, I'll go Cowboys. I'll go Cowboys.
Space Cowboys.
The Commanders.
Oh,
Dude, well, hold on.
oh, look at this one.
Oh, yeah, this is bold. Yeah, this is,
Oh my goodness.
That's gonna be
this is announcer.
Oh, this is a double-double.
the Commanders versus the Buccaneers.
There we go. We're
Buccaneers.
gonna go Buccaneers.
Bucks for me.
I'm going Commanders.
I'm going Commanders. Y'all have not been keeping up in the offseason, and that's very apparent.
Hold on. Is there a history on
If you
that?
say Commanders,
So-
are you
No, I'm
going
just
naked?
talking mess.
Yeah,
I'm
really.
Commander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up?
Going
Have I-
for Commander.
If you had to guess if I've been keeping
Different
up,
game,
what would
man,
your
different
guess
game.
be?
Yes, you have.
On second thought, or are you sticking with what you got?
Bucks. I'll go Bucks.
Rams, Los Angeles at the Detroit Lions.
Rams.
I'm Lions.
I'm
gonna go with
Lions.
The Rams.
So that is
Really?
not
Of
Rams,
course.
and that's
I
Lakers.
have to choose one team to win by myself. you
Look at
know?
that. Look at that. It's Lakers. It's not Rams.
Los Angeles Lakers over there.
Los Angeles.
It's Lakers against Lions.
LeBron's not playing.
Oh no.
That's gonna be a hell of a
Oh,
game.
Neither is Magic
honestly.
Johnson, I'll tell you that.
Brony is there. Brony is there to save it.
Taking Detroit.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Detroit, but that's gonna. I feel like that's
Could
gonna
be a good game. It could be that we don't know anything.
That's
Well,
the one I'm
last
gonna
one,
watch.
It's week one.
Huh?
That's the
Who won
one.
last on the last pick?
That's the one I'm gonna
I'll go
watch.
first.
I want to see what everybody says.
So you're the only one taking the Rams. All right. Anyone? I'll go first. Anyone go first?
Go.
49ers. I think I chose the Jets to potentially make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think they win this week.
I
I
don't know,
just
man.
don't think they do.
I don't know.
I do
from
not
what
like
I'm
the
watching,
team. I do not like
I
the
liked
team
it what I
dynamic.
watched.
People will convince you one way or another, just like James Fowles with Williams.
Who's playing at home?
I don't like how
Niners.
Aaron Rodgers.
Who do I think is gonna win the whole thing?
Niners.
Niners.
I'm gonna go Niners. As
Well,
much as it breaks
this
my
is the
heart.
battle of the letters.
Battle of the letters. I had high hopes for the Jets last year, and then 4 snaps in, Pop goes an Achilles. You never
Yeah.
know what'll happen. That could happen in any game.
Can we all edit it there, or is did you have us options to edit, or just to watch it?
No,
What are we doing, Hilton?
It's locked. I'm gonna
locked.
go 49ers.
You're not sneaking in and changing your pick.
49ers.
Yeah, now I have to go based on the history.
Stir that
I
pot
know.
up, baby.
Niners.
Yeah, I want Niners.
Stir that pot up.
Okay, he's
You
going
want the
Jets.
Man.
I like it.
I don't think it's
So here's
It's a
my
bold prediction. I like it.
here's my thought on that. Everybody is on the Niner train. They're a great football team. Don't get me wrong. And I understand last year, 4 snaps in, Achilles, there he went. but I have been around so many days to watch freaking Rodgers ruin so many games.
That's true.
And he has not played a game in over a year.
He's got something to prove.
He got something to prove. It's the first game of the year. He's healthy. He's not tired. He's not worn out. He's had all off season to warm up and play. And I just think that's going to be a lot better, closer game than you think.
I agree
My
with that.
prediction right now on that game, Rodgers drives down the field under 2 minutes and sets up for a game-winning field goal to win by a point.
Jesus.
I like the
Christ.
prediction. I like the
That is
prediction.
yeah.
I think it's going to be a very close game.
I think if someone
I
calls
think
like
the
that,
Pacific.
Yeah.
someone calls like that,
I just think
should
it's
get 2
gonna be-
points.
I think it's going to be a drive down the field, 55 seconds, one timeout left, and Rodgers can do it. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of the 2-minute drive that there's ever been.
Yeah, I think you're looking at somebody that's very underrated in Brock Purdy. People don't give him the value that he deserves.
Hey, hats off to the 49ers. Purdy
You
is
got-
awesome.
Christian McCaffrey, you got George Kittle, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Brandon Ayuk.
Yep.
Their defense is pretty stellar. I think it's not a blowout by any means. It's a freaking close game. I think the Niners, especially season opener, no one wants to come out and hit a dud. Same way, Aaron, that doesn't mean anything. Nobody wants to come out and hit it. Rodgers doesn't want to do that.
Nope.
But I think, same thing you're saying, Niners might win by 3 or less. But I think the
That
Niners
game
pull
will
out
be
the
won
victory.
by 3 or less either way.
This is the one I'm going to watch.
Yeah. It's going to be a good
That's
game.
primetime game Monday night.
Is that Monday night?
Yeah.
ESPN Monday night.
I'll be I'll be back in town just in time.
There you go.
I'll land
Awesome.
about 5 o'clock.
And then Tuesday, we'll all be back to talk about it.
And y'all all look at me and go, how did you know that the Jets are going to win?
That's
How
that's
did you
exactly
know?
what I'm talking about. The Lion games. I'm
Pick
gonna
the
say, hey, the
Broncos.
Rams won it.
Jesus.
Yes,
Christ.
I did.
God damn.
You could
Yes,
put colors.
I did.
You
And
put
you know
colors
what?
in the ones that are different from the
Freaking
others.
Nick.
Oh,
Like the
that's
Ram
right. I
over
forgot
there.
we're not going
The one I put it. I
I
put
wanna blow
Ram.
this
The
string
one
right
he
now.
puts
Yeah.
on
Alright.
on Jets.
Move it
over
That would be
here, move it
cool.
below.
That would be cool.
You know, takes the shit week 1, drop his ass and pick somebody else
Just
up.
like, you know, like the owl.
I'm riding it right now.
Yeah. All right. All
Might be a
right.
short-lived train.
I like that.
Okay, so that's it. That's the picks of the week.
Is there any way you can send that to me, or I can get a hold of it so I can keep up with it, or I just gotta wait till next week and see how I did?
I can send you a screenshot. Or I can share all your emails with it and just make it to where you can't edit it.
Yeah, just
I don't want to edit nothing. Here, I got it.
Yeah,
Where
just,
am I at?
did you
Where am I
add
at?
us
You're
that?
the last one.
I
You're the
can,
last
I
one.
haven't, but I can.
I got it.
There you go.
I'm going to put this on there. There we go. Emails. I need everybody's
George.
email
No
address.
screenshot.
How about
I got it.
Maybe let's wrap up before
Dot.
we.
yeah. Let's
ABAID.
No, hold on.
before- hold on,
Before-
hold
Oh no,
before we-
it's showing the camera. No.
No, it's not.
no. It's
I have your social security up there. And
Yeah, exactly.
well. Is it time to end?
It's time to end.
Time to end.
Thank you very much
totally
for another
shut it
great
down.
episode of the Puff Drink Talk podcast. We'll see you next week. Do not forget to.
Like,
Subscribe.
Comment.
Like the podcast. Adios. Go Cowboys.
share with
Comment
your
with your
friends.
friends.
Yes.
Yeah, share with your friends.
Thank
We got a
you.
little something for you.